Hello, and welcome to the War in the Pacific, where it is the 28th of March, 1942, in the Wirraway versus Encircled play-by-mail campaign. And the primary drama here today is to see if the 5th Division's blocking position holds out. Looks like we lost row 61. Our cruisers bombarding Wallace Island. I've seen that notice. We're redeploying engineers who've largely completed their work on Coast Island for future operations. Looks like our reinforcements were able to make it largely into Calcutta unaffected. Oh, he's looks like he's back to hitting Raipur. Interesting. Obviously, he was not very happy with the results of his hack against the 5th Division, I would guess. Maybe I'm misreading that. Right. Trying to do primarily is disrupt its unit and destroy the engineers. Yeah, gone back after Raipur. Hudson's probably a unit that didn't get reset. Continues to leave his submarines within range of those sallies, which I'm not sure I would have done. Here's a little bit of deception. Uh, our actual attack is going to be in the adjacent hex. But I'm joeing attacking the other hex, which is a potential crossing, but and he has pretty significant. He's got a AT regiment, British AT unit there. He's got a number of Chinese infantry regiments. They happen to be at the wrong crossing. Try a deliberate attack here. Um, so we didn't reduce the fort level. Losses were pretty heavy, but we'll take a look at what they really were. Still haven't uh, finished out his forces at Nanning, and of course, Nanning is a modest supply source. Guerrillas still hold out. They're bombarding. Now, see all these losses. We're out of our entrenchments now, withdrawing. And so, uh, you know, these losses are almost certainly exaggerated, but you can see how one-sided they are as we've begun pulling out of that hex. Okay, he doesn't opt for another attack. Paratroopers. Cleaning up dot bases. Okay, let's speed through. Good news is he didn't rest the 5th Division again. Good news is our first attack at Manila didn't drop the forts. Again, this isn't a critical thing or even a particularly time sensitive issue, but it's always frustrating not to drop the forts. Let's see how the 5th is doing. Disruption of the A is still pretty high. B and C are in good shape. Their anti-tank units, their anti-tank guns are still okay. AA will be in the hex next turn, yes, which just helps a little. And our withdraw is going, let's just, it was the 4th Division. So he's down 5 plus squads. And not much. 5 or 6 squads. And the first is down a similar, maybe 6 or 7 squads. Yeah, so everybody's down a handful of squads, but not much. Let's take a look at our armor units. So pretty beat up. Down just to about 90% of TONE, which is definitely combat effective. Reinforcements, these are primarily support units, made it into Calcutta all right. Imperial Guards still suffering from getting beat up by some British light cruisers. Or task forces to redeploy the veteran divisions, return out from Batangas, but let's take a look at what happened here. So, Guards Mixed Brigade normally has, let's see, they lost about 10 infantry squads. 8th Tank Regiment didn't suffer any real losses. 11th Division. 11th Division normally has 324. So it lost about 15 squads. 25th Division lost more like 40 infantry squads. And let's take a look at what happened to didn't commit the Naval Guard units wanted the divisions to take the brunt of it. It's probably a mistake because we were overstacked, which let's see, we had 1530, we were very much overstacked, which almost certainly contributed to higher level of losses. None of this is uh, none of this is particularly awful. The key disappointment is not to have suffered something, like 50, 60 squad losses, actual losses, and not drop the force. So tanks will cross next turn, so it'll be 2 days before they can conduct their first attack. You can see he's got a pretty significant number of units here, including a British AT unit. So we'll keep showing potential for crossing here when, of course, not actually what we're going to do. And our forces are slowly closing in. It'll be a while, but slowly closing in on Sinning. Roughly speaking, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So 8 to 9 days here. say 12 days. So about 2 weeks until most of these forces are in position. We'll probably bring these northern regiments down on the high-speed avenue approach and come in from the south, while the veteran cavalry units and 8th Mixed Brigade come in from the north. We'll see how the timing works. Still, that's a sideshow. So quite a few troops here. The Thai army is closing in on the Chinese, while more Thai forces supported by Japanese armor continues to close the jaws of that trap. So good. More reinforcements slipping along the coast. Nothing. Still need to cover some disabled squads before we go after that. Let's check in. So that we have engineers and infantry regiments ready for this operation against Savai. So roughly speaking, 1, 2, 3. We'll have to figure out which the best approach is. We're probably going to show like we're reinforcing Wallace Island. See if we can trap catch his cruisers trying to um, interdict our reinforcement operation, and if we can deal significant damage to his cruiser task force, so we can just slip on by and go straight to Savai. We have Cruiser Squadron 1, Cruiser Squadron 5, a fast battleship task force with more cruisers. We have adequate combat power to deal with the allies here as long as his carriers aren't here. And as far as we know, they are not. But it's always a significant risk. So we have submarines, Glenn equipped submarines, snooping around the perimeter, looking to see if its carriers are loitering anywhere. So far, no hits. Anyway, that's it for this particular turn, and we look forward to our next chance to talk.